Hello, and welcome to the Bel-E and Scratch podcast. I'm your host, Bel-E.
Rum, 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 and I am your co-host, Scratch.
And today, oh boy, I have a story.
About a man named Jed.
No, his name wasn't Jed.
Poor mountaineer.
You want a mountaineer?
Family.
I don't know.
Bed.
I hope not family.
Let's have it.
Just a little icebreaker before we get into the really hardcore stuff, like whatever the fuck is happening between Israel and literally everyone else.
Pages and oh my God, I must have gone through 3 pens writing the script for this show.
I know.
Oh.
They all burst from exhaustion. So
my life is the script for this show. You know what I'm saying?
My life is also the script for the show.
Do I really need to write stuff down?
Not sometimes, yes, because you keep talking about writing a fucking book, but you won't do it because people won't believe you when you tell them things from the ER.
I could do an audio book.
Your own audiobook.
Yeah. No, they wouldn't believe it.
Yeah, which bugs the shit out of me.
He says with a disgruntled look on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People won't believe the stupid shit that happens in ERs.
No, they don't want to believe it.
Yeah, because that's kind of one of the few places where you see humanity at its lowest point.
Yeah, they want to talk to me about what's going to happen at the end of time when Jesus fights Dracula,
or some other bullshit.
Or some other BS thing.
Yeah.
That you can buy in a costume joint.
Yeah, insert end of the world scenario there.
Yeah. Yeah, but they don't want to believe them.
But they don't want to believe some drunk motherfucker coming in there with a staple at his dick.
Oh, it's crazy.
Billy Bob bet me
like,
$5
hey,
I couldn't staple my dick to the wall.
It's all right, buddy. Do yourself a favor. Next time you're up on that roof and you got that nail gun in your hand, don't scratch your thigh with it. How about that?
Oh.
My thigh, you know why it itches? Because it's effing 98 degrees in the shade and you're up on top of a roof with a pair of jeans.
Yeah. That's why you itchy.
And that's why you itchy.
Stupid.
Ka-chunk.
Yes, stupid mother.
I can't even get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad. But what's going on over in the Middle East?
Yeah, well, before we officially break into that, which, there's not a whole lot of news about it surrounding it right this second, but whatever.
Yeah, there's like one thing the press is focusing on, but that's...
yeah, which you and I, we're kind of like, okay, so that's what we're focusing on. What's actually happening?
Yeah,
what's the details?
Right.
But anyway, we'll get into that.
We will.
All right, so as of recording, I have suddenly realized... I've become increasingly busy over the past few weekends. Obviously not during the week, because job, but whatever. So, I've suddenly realized that not only do people want to have a social life again, they want to catch up on the lack of social life from last year.
You know, I keep hearing, there's people, excuse me, sorry.
It's okay.
People, getting a little crazy.
Yeah. For reals.
Details to follow.
Uh-huh. You see, here's the thing. Normally on Sundays, I have like a standard game night, which is typically D&D stuff. I already expounded about my Warlock character last time.
Yes.
You know, the crazy rainbow magic friendship is wonderful, whatever. My Little Pony wizard. A wizard who will fuck you it up.
All right.
So... or not wizard, warlock, whatever. Anyway, so here's the thing. That's typically on Sundays, the D&D campaign. What usually will happen on a Saturday, which has started to increase in frequency, is that's when we'll break out stuff like the board games. Not Monopoly. That's too damn long. That's like a 5-day commitment right there.
Right.
And we don't want to ruin our friendships because... in order to win at Monopoly, you have to be, like, Rockefeller, Dale Carnegie level ruthless.
If you want to win before you have to go to work tomorrow, yes. If you allow it to play out, You know, that's an interesting concept. What if you actually allowed it to just play out by the luck of
luck of the draw?
And no intention, no.
That's why I said motive. It's like a 5-day commitment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And probably the person who would have cutthroat everybody would have ended up. They'll either be the first out or the last to leave.
Yes.
Okay.
That's me. I'm either like, I got it to do, or I am going to burn your fields.
To destroy you.
I
am Shadow.
I am dead. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's not an option in Monopoly to just go full, straight up, burn towns, get money. It basically has to be like, I want them dead. I want their family dead. I want their houses burned to the ground.
Gonna go full dragon on them.
Uh-huh. Might as well.
Friggin' burn everything in sight and consume everything as well on top of it. Yeah.
Oh, there has to be a Lord of the Rings Monopoly, so that's probably fair game.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a Monopoly game based on fucking everything.
That sounds very interesting and weird at the same time.
Do you think?
There has to be.
Now let me ask you a question.
Let me.
With the Lord of the Rings Monopoly, do you think Mordor is the go to jail space? Is Mordor the go to jail?
Mordor, do not pass go.
Yes. Is it the jail?
Get out of Mordor free.
Yeah. Is it the jail space, or is it an actual property on the Lord of the Rings Monopoly board? Can you play as Gandalf as one of the pieces?
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, instead of the
or
hat...
staff.
Yeah, or a staff. Like, instead of the hat...
Or his left sandal, I don't know.
Yeah, instead of the top hat and the race car from Monopoly, you just play as, like, little mini figurines of the Lord of the Rings character. Aragorn, Gimli, Frodo, Samwise, etc.
Properties, you know.
Properties is like the Mines of Moria, the Shire, Rivendell, the city Miris.
Gollum's B&B.
Yeah. Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, my precious property.
Yes.
Anyway, so basically, on most Saturdays, with increasing frequency for some reason, I don't know what it is about my group of friends, they just decided that they want to have semi-regular poker nights.
So did they kind of settle into their...
I guess.
The level of association. During all of this, they settled into a level of association that you were more comfortable with?
I guess.
And now that the floodgates are open...
Now they're like, fuck everything. Yeah. Now they're like, fuck all this nonsense.
Well, you don't know. I mean, it might be a really interesting, or even a positive cultural reset.
Maybe
people had gotten. Prior to the
Panasonic,
the Panasonic of 2020. We had gotten very isolated.
True.
Even prior to the concentrated level of it was during.
Now it's like, oh my god, another person. Social activity!
So, if you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's going to be a population boom, it's getting ready to. The
children of the corn.
Children, because it was, after it was when the people came home from the war.
Yes.
That created
the baby boom.
The baby boom.
Yep.
Yeah. So people are literally, it's V-Day, it's VJ Day, it's parades in the street.
Everybody's trying to talk to you.
Everybody trying to figure out whether they want a police escort with their parade in the street.
Indeed.
Or do they want to protest the police. And open themselves up for exploitation. But
whatever.
They've already reached a lot of those.
I don't want to fucking talk about it, man.
Oh, okay. No worries.
Mostly because I'm just over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, look, I'm over it. They keep focusing on the same thing. I'm done. I quit. I got better things to do than look at the news and see who got shot.
Yeah, who wants to talk about the 10th aspect of the 15th level of the same thing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like talk about whipping a dead horse.
Yeah, it's like, guys, I have better it to do. This is why I stopped watching the news.
Because these things will work themselves out.
Yes, I know.
They will.
Just stand by and let it happen.
You can't make us wear a seatbelt, motherfucker. I do what I want to. Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
This is why in some states they made it legal to you don't have to wear a helmet when you're driving a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. You know what? Okay.
Okay. That's cool.
It's your life, buddy.
It's your life, buddy. It's cool.
So yeah.
But the reason why I bring that up is thankfully this is it still alive?
That's cool.
Okay, cool. The reason I bring this up is because during the poker games, like, it's just chips only, no cash.
Right.
Like, because if cash was involved, I wouldn't show up. I would just wait to get a text the next day saying, like, hey, Billy Bob got stabbed because he brought $500 to the table and he lost it all. It's like, oh, I'm glad I didn't show up.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's just pure chips.
It's better that way. It really is.
Yes, it is.
Because you can all, you can all. It's the same. It's the same stimulation of getting together and playing D&D. You can all get into that character you see yourself as.
Yeah.
Have you got the dark hat and sunglasses? Are you wearing the cowboy boots? That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
It does kind of turn into that some nights.
Yeah, and when you bring cash in, then it brings the outside world in. So
yeah,
you can have fun.
Yeah,
and that's how you have fun.
Yeah, people will just and here's the thing: it's not just poker chips. They'll bring in like little plastic jewels in like a velvet bag.
Well, awesome.
They basically turn it into like a little mini cosplay event where it's like, it's like people in a fantasy world, they bring in their own foreign money.
I mean, I've been in there was a
play money.
I love to see, the different and
fake titles to lands and castles.
Different characterizations that people present themselves, different archetypes that they enjoy, that they see themselves in. Yeah. I think that's cool.
And and it's real fun, because they're just they're using fake jewels, poker chips, quote unquote foreign currency deeds to fictional lands and castles that their quote unquote character owns. And we play Texas Hold'em. And
then you always end up with like at least 2, maybe 3 people that all try to badass out each other.
Yes.
That gets annoying.
Well, here's the thing. I don't mind so much because I'm literally in it for the show. Because here's the thing. The reason I keep showing up and the reason they keep inviting me is I'm the dealer. Because here's the thing. I don't know how to play poker. So they made me the dealer. Like, in terms of strategy and bluffing, raise versus call and all that, I don't know how that shit works. I don't know how, I know what a full house is. I know what 2 of a kind is. I know what 3 of a kind is. I know you want to get the aces and shit. Or sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But in terms of strategy and the official rules, I don't know how to play.
Yeah.
So they made me the dealer. And they just said, hey, just lay these cards out on the table and give everyone 2 cards. And we'll handle it. And I was like, okay.
Well, if you're going to take the opportunity.
Because I'm a neutral party in that case.
Well, and especially in poker, the one person you're going to look at the most is going to be the dealer.
Oh, God.
So if I was going to choose to look at somebody.
That's fair.
More than the person to my right or my left, you would definitely be in the top 3.
I get it. Don't make this weird, bro. I mean, I get what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying,
I get what you're saying, but don't make this weird, bro.
They're trying to sneak a peek at the person next door or whatever. Whatever. Yeah. I mean, hey, that's
like
that's gamesmanship.
Here's the thing.
You try to read the other person.
Yeah. Like one some bitch actually dressed. He looks like Gandalf wearing poker glasses. He's got the fucking hat and everything.
Oh my God.
It's like, God damn it, I'm shuffling the cards. Like, God damn it. Take your goddamn hat off, Roy.
Oh. Down in front.
Exactly. It's like, you should, like, why did you?
Oh.
I'm looking at the people.
Does he have a staff?
Does
he leave it outside?
I have actually used the line of, the staff! I told you to take the wizard's staff!
Oh, he eats that up.
They love it. You know, one dude is a cowboy. One girl is she's a Sailor Moon type chick.
Yeah.
And it is just, I am literally front row seat to the weirdest cosplay competition in the world.
Every weekend.
Every other weekend. Yeah. I mean, we don't always
do they meet in the house, or is it somewhere out in public, or?
Oh, no, we're meeting in a house.
Okay.
We're meeting in somebody's house. No, it's it's a lot of fun. You know, this is
sure.
and they keep rotating people in and out. There are regulars, but people get invited. Some people watch. Some people participate.
Right.
I'm not allowed to wear sleeves.
Sure.
Because dealers use it like that to cheat and all that. So I'm like, oh, that's fine. I just wear t-shirts all the time.
So they're basically. That not only are they creating their own persona, the fact that they would have you, who knows
nothing about poker.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Functionally nothing.
We've
had conversations. But
we've had conversations.
Nothing.
I have
nothing that you wouldn't take time to re-engage.
Correct. I have a bare minimum function when it comes to that.
Just an understanding of, oh, hey, this person I know plays poker.
Yes.
Yeah. But not only have they created their own persona, the fact that they would make you not wear sleeves means they've created one for you too.
Whatever.
That's cool. A little disturbing.
Hey, look! As long as I don't get to play dress up, I don't mind cosplay, but I don't want to break out my Naruto Akatsuki jacket every single time I go outside.
No, I get it.
It's like, can I just wear normal clothes?
And
You're
putting the work in to have to look good dealing
the
cards.
Gym. Yeah.
So yeah, sure. What the heck?
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
And you can drive. The thing about a dealer, you can drive the game.
Mm-hmm.
You can, if you are subtle enough and calculating enough.
Sure.
You can create. I used to play with a guy who learned the art of sowing discontent among the players.
Please elaborate.
No, he would just.
Wait, is this the dude that you would pair up with?
Yeah, he's the one that taught me to play. It would be so funny because he would be cleaning them out and they would be hating me.
Mm-hmm.
He'd have 3 times the money I had, but the way he would turn the crowd, he would, and he did it on purpose.
Yeah, I hope you were in on it.
Well, yeah, I was in on it, but it was just this really interesting thing.
Yeah.
Just to sit there and observe.
Yes.
And see someone who was compared, to contrast with me, understood certain rules
yes.
of social control that I guess in my mind obviously believed was possible, but had not seen those dynamics engaged like that. You know, and it'd be like, I'm sitting there with $30, he's sitting there with $300. And they hate my guts, and he is cleaning them out.
Yeah.
And after about...
Yeah, go ahead.
No, after about the second or third time I said something to him, he was like... Because I thought, I didn't catch on right away.
Yeah.
And I guess I needed to hear it from him.
Sure.
I needed him to break it down so I could fit it into my head. And he said, hey, man, because at the end of the night, we would split it up. And he said, we'll end up with more money this way. So, what does it matter who, that was what made us so dangerous.
Yeah.
Is because the people weren't playing one person. They were playing a team.
2 people.
And we had the ability, and we'd sit side by side, and that lasted a couple of months. And then they would move us around the table and play as many as 4 to 9 to 10 people at the same table, which is a big deal.
That seems excessive.
Because
my max is 6.
But it really changes. You have to make plays based on percentages.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
if you want to make a quote unquote loose jerk, from my timeline,
terminology from your time,
you better make sure the pot's big. Okay. All right. But other than that, you have to play very calculating. And he and I got to a point, and it really got to a point where there was really no. He and I got to a point as I just understood the way he played. He understood the way. There was no singling.
No.
There was nothing. I mean, kind of early on, it would be like, weird faces. But over time, after we developed as a group,
yeah,
we understood how each other played. So he'd be to the left of the dealer, and he'd get to make a decision before I would, because I'd be on the back end or something like that. Although it was important that one of us sat right on the right side of the dealer, specifically the right side. They got the last. The thing about Texas Hold'em is when they move the dealer around. Okay, that really, if you have a singular dealer, it changes the odds.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're on but wherever, and you can do it. It change. Obviously, your position changes the way you play.
Yeah.
So we got to a point where we understood each other. So it would, if I heard, if he had the quote unquote nuts, which is the winning hand, I could see by the way he played, and I would, I'm out. I'm out. Yeah. Because I knew there was no signaling. We had played together for so long. We just knew each other.
That's cool.
So that's legal.
Yeah.
All right. And there's no dishonor in that.
No.
I mean, it's just like you playing bridge. You're playing a team.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's the way it is.
But the reason I bring this up is because here's the thing. My max is like 6, and there's usually observers, obviously. Yeah. And, people will, they run out of their money, in quotes, I say. They get up and someone takes their spot.
Oh, cool.
But the reason I bring this up is because last night technically, but as of this recording last night.
Yeah.
Because, we don't record these on Tuesdays.
No.
Which we could.
That's coming.
Yeah, that's coming. Don't worry. So, as of this recording last night, I experienced something new.
Yeah.
They taught me how to do proper tequila shots.
Don't you remember anything from middle school?
Hey now, brown cow. Apparently,
was some sort of citrus fruit involved?
Yes, a lime. And in hindsight, I think I would like lemon better, but whatever.
Whatever happened to you people that was rebelling against tradition?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
If it works, it works.
Yeah, if it works, it works.
Yeah.
Sure. No, apparently, here's the thing. Apparently, a tequila shot is not like it's not like a shot of whiskey or anything, or like vodka or anything like that.
No, it's a ritual.
Yeah, it's a little ritual, because you have to prep yourself for that tequila.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, here's the thing. Some people, you can get away with taking a shot of whiskey. That's fine, You like whiskey, you drink whiskey. Some people gotta prep. Some people, you can take a shot of vodka. That's fine. It's fucking vodka. It's like liquefied potato. You have to prep yourself for tequila.
Right.
Because tequila will turn you into a fucking monster.
And not just that, you have to prepare yourself for the audience.
Yeah.
And you have quite a gallery in observation.
Exactly. No, apparently is you gotta lick some salt, take the shot, and suck on like a lime or a lemon. And that's how you do it.
A lemon?
Either or. I did limes, some people do lemons, apparently.
Limes.
Yeah, I know. And here's the thing. I realized 2 things that night I did those tequila shots. Number 1, I think I like tequila.
Yeah.
Like the good shit.
No,
not like Corona's garbage.
Anybody that imbibes everybody has a tequila face.
Yes.
You just get a taste for it.
Yeah. And I did.
And if you don't get crazy,
yeah,
you will be
fine.
like me. I can't. I mean, obviously,
sure.
if somebody, I'm drinking as long as you're buying. If you bought me one, sure.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I would not walk up and say, Barkeep,
tequila,
now, 3 fingers,
yeah,
dirty glass. I just wouldn't do it.
Exactly. So here's the thing: I had about definitely 2. And I say definitely because I'm trying to remember if I had the third one. I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
Because the reason I say that...
Your initial response was 2.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't hesitate or anything. You just popped.
No, the reason I say that is because in my haze, I went, you know what? My policy for getting drunk, I don't mean tipsy. I don't mean going out, having one drink, just kind of relax, with a little liquid courage.
Sure.
I mean,
little social lubrication.
That's fine to do in public. I mean, drunk. If I'm gonna get drunk, I would rather do it at my house.
You have to do it near. Well, there's 2 thoughts. One is you have to do it with people you trust.
Sure.
And then if your opinion of yourself is overinflated, you might do it in a place around strangers. I don't recommend it.
No, don't do it.
I don't recommend it.
That's why I don't. Because it's yeah. So basically, my whole thing was I need to go home. I need to go to bed.
Right.
I need to sleep. Because I try to maintain the illusion that I'm a normal person.
Well,
halfway functioning person.
When I was in your era, the weekend was the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's cool.
So here's the thing though. They gave me the 3rd and or 4th shot. Again, I'm not totally sure. And everyone is so plastered. I basically, licked the salt, raised the glass to my lips, didn't drink, and got the lime, and I put the shot back on the table while everyone was looking somewhere else.
Good job.
Yeah. Yeah, I rolled a nat 20 of sleight of hand on that.
I have poured more than 1 drink in a bathroom plant or urinal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? Because you end up with people who...
And here's the thing, it wasn't my alcohol, so I didn't care.
It was I didn't ask for this.
Yeah, I literally told them.
I'm not trying to say be disrespectful.
No,
I appreciate the gesture.
Yeah.
Because I told you no 6 times. You bought me one anyway.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take this and pour it in the plant.
And piss your money
away. Next to that porcelain throne in there. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I tried to tell you no, not get me another one.
Yeah. No, that literally happened.
You have to. You do.
Yeah, that literally happened. I initially took a White Claw, because that's all it takes for me.
Right.
I'm fine with just a single, alcoholic seltzer thing.
And stay that way, please.
Oh, don't worry. Yeah. Don't worry. And I do pretty good with that. I'm fine with that, because my liver is completely reset itself.
Yes.
I got murphed up on Advil just the last week. So it's oh, well, this is just perfect. So I am a total lightweight. And they're just slinging tequila shots at me. It wasn't Perón. It was, the bottle has 1800 on it. I don't know what it is, but it's that bottle. Don't say the brand because whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So, it was actually good. And then it's guys, I'm the dealer. You gotta stop.
Right. Oh, those were your tips.
I guess.
Because, see, you're a proper, especially if you have a designated dealer, proper card table etiquette is to tip the dealer. If you have a big pot,
but here's the thing.
You're supposed to tip the dealer.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We're not using money.
You're not using money. So, isn't that interesting?
How so?
Oh, there's
what are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about this underlying urge to tip the dealer. And they can't give you money.
They can't not give me something.
They can't not give you something, so they buy you drinks.
Okay, because
But if you really want to win at poker, you have to buy your competitors' drinks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how that doesn't get brought up.
It's an investment.
Yeah, it is.
All right, I want you to take everything you can get out of the T-Bell, sell them, and bonk. Exactly. Waffles, tasty waffles
with lots of syrup.
Lots of syrup.
Exactly. It's an investment.
It's an investment, yeah.
So
I learned that too.
Mm-hmm. So I'm basically just trying to avoid getting tequila shots.
Face planted.
Yeah, people. Yeah, there was at least one person. She had like 7 of them.
Oh my god!
Like lined those damn things up. Just slung them all down at the same time, and it's like, you're forbidden from playing. I'm fine. No, you're not.
Clunk. No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
She went from stone sober to face planting within 15 minutes.
Oh, it's brutal.
Yeah. As soon as I saw her just whip out those 7 shot glasses and fill them up with the tequila.
7?
7. In a row, back to back to back to back.
I am a Buffalo, and that number's familiar to a point.
Mm-hmm.
I think once you get to, I think 5 is a good
Should
number.
be the max.
Should be the max.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 fingers on one hand.
Yeah, seems fair.
That seems
legit.
logical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she went for 7. And I said to her, like, no, you're not playing. She's like, I'm fine. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're not going to be fine.
And she was about how tall?
Petite.
Oh.
She was very small.
Did she have leathery skin?
No.
No, she didn't, because if she did, she would have took them 7 shots.
Yeah.
Along with a big old fat Marlboro Red, buddy.
Yeah. No, there's no gin. Yeah, we don't do
if she's
drugs.
petite and her skin looks good, no, she's no way she's going to walk away from 7 shots of tequila.
No. But here's the thing. Here's what got me. Is on the internet there's this thing about, if you find yourself a woman who can do tequila shots without wrinkling her face in disgust, she has been sent by the devil to destroy your life. And I saw that for years.
Really?
Yes. Kind of a little meme about that.
Well, I mean...
Because tequila is advanced.
Well, it's
not beginner friendly.
I don't recommend it.
No. Unless that's just
because I saw firsthand beginners.
Yeah.
And I will never forget. In my part of the world, when you graduate from high school, you go down 4 hours to the southeast. You drive 4 hours to a place that's pretty popular and known all over the world.
Yeah.
And you do what's called senior week. Hey, we're going to do senior week.
Sure. That's cool.
So, you end up, it's kind of like I did in a 2-bedroom hotel room with like 10 dudes.
Sure. Whatever.
And as long as you don't get too carried away and start breaking furniture, they're not going to come in there and run
you off.
Run at least 7 of us guys out.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's cool.
That's fine.
But one of them down there toward the end of the week, we were running out of. It was like there was a big. It was like a liquor store full of different booze and spirits all over the place. But toward the end of the week, and the little mini fridge was full of like mixers and stuff like that. Nice, we had mixers everywhere.
Yeah.
And you get down to the end of the week and everything's gone. And what's left, you have to try to make peace with. And
Did you guys make donkey juice?
I personally had nothing to do with this because there's a good friend of mine who I haven't talked to in a long time. God bless him. He's a good guy. But he got the bright idea of there was the only thing left to drink was tequila, and a very cheap tequila. So we didn't buy that expensive stuff that everybody buys today because you're not interested in these tequila commercials. It's always about the wealthy landowner.
Yeah.
It's like,
or the affluent partier.
Yeah, really. I'm not the standard swarthy fellow from south of Texas. I don't pull a burro, and there is no hat for this head. I own land and drive a Bronco.
Yeah, that's typically that's what they try to project.
But back then, it wasn't anything near that whole social presentation.
Of course.
There was nothing. All tequila was cheap because it was cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it wasn't a lifestyle to this area.
Yeah, to this area.
Rest of the world, who knows?
Yes.
But he got the bright idea. The only thing left
was the cheap tequila.
And the only thing left in the fridge was a half gallon of milk. Now I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm listening. Okay. I want to hear this story. So he
poured it up. We're like, man, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Now it is.
I'm not even there, and I feel this secondhand embarrassment.
It was a bad idea. Oh my God.
What this dumb motherfucker?
He's a cool guy. I love him like a brother, but I'm going to tell you something. I don't know exactly how much of each he mixed, but I do know that he turned 2 ends of 2 different bottles. One of them was plastic into a cup, and I didn't see that part. It was like, oh, okay. It's kind of like
he combined them.
He combined them, and I can't even. I mean, just the very thought of it.
I thought he would do like a shot of the tequila and like the milk as a chaser, but he put them in the same glass?
He put them in the same red cup. See, my generation's been red cupping for a long time.
God. Dang it.
It's amazing how stuff circles back around.
Yeah.
He puked in a way that I can still hear the sound of to this day. I'm going to tell you something. I was an ER trauma nurse for 20 years.
Yes,
and I have heard,
you've seen some...
I have heard people retch in a way that just stretches the imagination. But I can still hear him. Maybe that was the worst first one. Or the first worst one.
But you still remember
I can still hear him, the sound his body was making.
When his body was just like, what the fuck is this?
It was expelling.
Get it out! Get it out! Get it out! Yeah, that's his body right there. It's like, no.
The power of Christ compels you.
It definitely sounds like an exorcism.
And what was so bad, he was a really good looking guy. Okay, we were all kind of rough looking, but he kind of had those really smooth English features.
Sure.
Blue eyes, blonde hair, real smooth. He had cheekbones, but nothing real prominent. He had a jaw, but nothing prominent. He just had those smooth features, those smooth English features. And
this some bitch,
man, he made faces. Oh, it's cartoonish. The micro.
I think what you just described is what the Catholic Church uses when they run out of holy water.
Oh, it was brutal. Oh man, and you felt so bad for him, but we were like, we were all a little more advanced than him. And that's nothing to crow about. It just was. Okay.
But he had the bright idea.
We were like, man, that's not
Don't do it, bro.
Because we were all scared of the tequila anyway.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm still scared of tequila, but...
Tequila's one of those, I don't know what it is. And maybe, and it could be...
I think part of that aspect is...
psychological, could be the suggestion of it. People lose their clothes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or they dance.
I danced.
Yeah.
But I've been trained to dance. So it wasn't like someone having a seizure.
Well, I guess if you can't dance, then that's where the clothes come. So maybe the dancing kind of releases the
whatever energy you just ingested.
Yeah, whatever.
Because
whatever hip gyrating energy that was just created with this plant.
Yeah, I've got plenty of hip.
Oh, that is too funny.
Yeah, it's just, I think also part of the aspect of tequila is how legendary it is. Like, people talk about, people getting naked or dancing and whatever the fuck the worm is in tequila.
That's mezcal.
What is it, by the way?
Honestly and truly.
Like, is it just residual leftovers?
For someone to listen to what I'm about to say, I really don't know.
Okay.
I know it's produced in the same region.
Sure.
I believe.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I think it's a different plant.
Mm-hmm.
It could be. Well, I don't know. This is a agave plant. Oh, here you get this from a cactus. I don't know. Honestly and truly, I don't know.
Sure.
But it is different.
Yeah.
It's a little more hardy.
Yeah.
It's not as light.
I've just heard stuff like it makes you hallucinate. And
I heard that too. That's so strange. It's so interesting because when I was in high school, we used to hear about people eating the worm and hallucinating.
Yeah, I've heard similar stories with abstinence as well.
I don't have any. I've got a couple.
Except I believe it with abstinence.
I've got a couple. You can count on.
It's made with fermented wormwood.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So that already is like, oh shit.
And it can't be good for the system.
No, I mean, I would drink like a glass of absinthe, just see what it tastes like, see what the hype is, but that's it.
That's another one of those ritualized.
Yes, because you got to pour it over.
You got to pour. I've done it over the sugar and the little silver thingy over the glass.
Oh, how does it taste?
I remember it being unique.
Okay. Did it taste green, like earthy?
Well, I mean, I bet
did it taste like
if you drank it from a blank paper cup, you couldn't see the color of it. Would it still taste green? I don't know, because I think there's part of a visual,
probably.
Because you're engaging a lot of senses here. It isn't just pour and chug. Okay,
you ain't just making donkey juice.
You're getting a special glass and a special apparatus, and now you're going to get to pour it over the sugar, and you got to light it up and all that stuff like that.
Sure,
so there's a lot of suggestion in that. Okay.
Fair enough.
But
no, I was just always so curious. It's like, I want to know what it tastes like. Nothing nefarious, but
no, and it's always presented that way.
Of course, it always.
Well, see, that's the whole thing right there. It's like oh, she's saying. I mean, does anybody turn around to their fellow bar patron and go, "Hey, this girl over here, she's gonna do a shot of vodka"? No. But if you pull the tequila out...
Yeah, that's where that comes from.
They're like, roo, 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 roo.
Or Jaeger bombs.
Well, yeah. Jaeger bombs. Yeah. It draws a crowd.
Yes.
Usually Jaeger bombs draw a crowd of paramedics.
Because it's a bomb you put inside yourself.
Oh my!
No, I'll stick with tequila, because like you said, it either makes you lose your clothes or you start dancing. I know how to dance, I don't have that problem.
You don't have that problem.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
No, I mean, I don't warn people off of it. I just there is a mistake. It does affect people certain ways. Certain people certain ways. Am I one of those people? I don't think so. But I like it when I like it, and it's a short half life. I'm like, I get through some of it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm done with this.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Mm.
That's why you go for smaller bottles, or that's why we go for smaller bottles.
Yeah, definitely not. And some of that stuff is just outrageous. I mean, it's like $100, $200, $300 a bottle. It's like,
dude, what the fuck is this? Like, man, sure. What is this? Like aged whiskey? What is this?
Yeah,
like,
really.
I would pay $100+ for aged whiskey or aged bourbon.
I mean,
something that's been in cryostasis.
Sure, I mean, if you develop a taste for it.
Sure.
But just following the advice of some commercial or ad you saw on a website.
Buy 15-year-old whiskey. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck this noise. Anyway.
It's interesting how those types of things amplify its value. But anyway.
So that was my story. I learned how to do tequila shots, and I like tequila. And now I'm worried. The reason I bring up that whole, if you find a woman who does tequila shots without cringing, I didn't cringe.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I was prepped for it with the salt and the lime and all that, but I didn't wrinkle my face in disgust. I didn't have a full body shiver. So now I'm like, oh God, whose life am I going to destroy?
There's a difference between...
I'm going to destroy somebody's life. No.
There's a difference between the pre and the post.
How so?
Well, what I'm saying is... you
mean sobriety versus drunkenness?
No, I'm talking about tequila shots. Pouring it straight out of the bottle and pounding down a shot? That would... Okay.
Hell no.
Does that qualify for the little saying you have?
I don't know.
But it definitely...
it can be in the realm.
It's more qualified than the alternative, which is to use the salt and the lime.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
I would... now that you mention it, if someone next to me started doing just blind shots of tequila...
Anybody.
I would set my drink and reposition my chair.
Yes. Yeah, if I would. Yeah, if I ever encountered someone who was just doing just one after the other.
Now, your friend, did she do the salt and the lime for those 7?
No.
Oh my God.
I don't know what the hell happened. I was at the table.
Did she even take a breath between them? Because when you do that many shots, you're supposed to chunk,
yeah,
and then jump up in the air and go, woo! Just like on Super Troopers. It's the law. It's the law, okay?
I love Super Troopers. No, she straight, no salt.
Right.
No lime. She's the one with the lemon. At the end of it, they gave her a lemon.
Well, hell, after 7 shots, that's got to be user's choice
sure.
right there.
At that point, you could drink out of a coconut after 7 tequila shots.
Exactly.
So they gave her straight up 7 tequila shots. She knocked them back one after the other. Gulp, 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 gulp. Yeah. I'm at the dealer's table. I'm at the poker table, and I see this from across the room.
So did they reload one shot glass, or were there 7
There's
shots?
7 shot glasses lined up.
Oh.
She was like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like you're doing bicep curls.
Right.
Alternating bicep curls.
Was there more than 7?
No.
Just 7.
Just 7.
And they just pulled 7 out of the air.
Yes.
All right.
Some of them were actual shot glasses. Some of them were mini red cups.
Either way, it's
a shot glass.
Sure.
So... And she's just bouncing over to the poker table when she was done with the lemon. And she's like, I'm ready to play. No, you're not. Heck you mean? I saw what you did over there. What was that?
Was that her house?
No.
Oh.
She didn't even do that at her own house.
Oh, my Lord. God.
That was the thing that bugged me the most. If it was, here's the thing. For stuff like that, if it's your house, you have permission to go looking crazy.
Yeah.
You don't have to go anywhere.
No.
Because it's your house.
And it's your power.
Yeah.
It's your toilet.
Sure.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, it's your stuff.
Now, I don't recommend if you're hosting a party, you be the one that gets bombed.
The most.
But I think people in general,
but
unless you make a complete disgrace out of yourself,
sure.
I think people would be very understanding. It's his house.
Yes. But no, this wasn't her house.
Man.
And she just comes bounding over there and over to the poker table. She's like, I'm ready to play. She's the Sailor Moon chick. And it's like, no, you're not playing. It's like, Sailor Mercury, you're not playing. What do you mean I'm not playing? No, you're not playing. I saw you do 7 shots of tequila.
Sailor Moon, cross-eyed and drooling.
Ugh.
Oh, man.
It was actually very embarrassing.
Yeah.
I said to her, look, in 15... Well, look, if you can have... I said to her, all right, look, if you can have a coherent conversation with me in 15 minutes, I will let you play. Yeah, no, that didn't happen.
Yeah, not unless you speak.
Yeah. She passed right the fuck out. I think the only smart thing she did was she brought her husband.
Thank God.
Yeah, that was it.
Man, I'm going to tell you something.
I was like, hey, get your girl. Get her up out of the floor. What are you barking at me for? This ain't your house.
People are using it for a footstool.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing that could happen.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Jesus.
Oh, no. You don't want that.
No. This is,
Yeah,
I will admit.
I don't care who you are. Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. Now, I admit that, this group
They're my friends. Yeah. You don't know anything about them when they're drunk.
Yeah, exactly.
You better leave that alone.
Yeah, you better leave it alone, son. So, I mean, we try to have like a very, safe environment because people just lose their damn minds like that.
Yeah.
But we do
Wait a minute. How early was this?
Oh, this was around like 7, 8 o'clock.
Oh,
like at the start of the party. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what happened.
Wow.
Because here's the thing, something like that. Like I said, she went from stone sober.
She didn't even warm up.
No warm up.
Jeez.
Beginning of the party.
Did she at least walk in with a beer in her hand or anything? Oh, that's brutal.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, man.
Here's the thing. If it was like midnight or 1 o'clock, she was still sober, and she's like, I might as well just go ahead and get this out of the way. Then I'd be like, that's cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you took some time.
Because half the party's already down anyway.
Exactly. Like, it's halfway done.
That's right.
No, starting right out of the gate.
Wow.
Right out of the gate. I don't know what.
Something's going on with that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened this past week to have somebody just go, you know what? I don't care. Like, straight up, 0 fucks given.
Yeah.
And I actually did think about it. I'm like, what would have caused this?
The next opportunity I get, I'm absolutely going to get food barred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, what happened? Like, I thought I had a bad week.
Yeah.
I thought I had a bad week because, my boss, who unfortunately has apparently developed panic attacks.
It happens.
Yeah, he just developed it.
Yeah. It's drag.
Yeah, it is. I've had to calm him down once or twice from the panic attacks. Not in the full panic attack, just he had one. He knew one was coming. Mm-hmm. He'd come into my warehouse, and he would say, hey, talk to me about something to get my mind off of it. And I was like, okay, I can do that.
Sure.
Which, that's fine.
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. Because I asked people who have panic attacks, like, hey, what do you recommend? Because I know he's going to pop one off at work, and I'd like to at least be prepared. Right. Do I need to get blankets? Do I need chocolate? Do I, need to call 911? What is the procedure, Because there's a procedure for if someone has a heart attack, someone has a seizure.
Self-aware of it.
Yes.
and he knows he can de-escalate it by having a conversation about
something inane. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
A lot of people never reach that point.
Yeah, I was just happy about it.
They have one and just, get the phone out.
Yes.
And I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying.
No, that's cool.
It interrupts your life all the time.
Oh, yeah. So, here's the thing. The past week, I've basically been preventing him from losing his fucking mind. And the morale at the office, at my building, has just gone in the toilet because our so-called stoic leader, I don't say that,
Right.
Is basically our leader has been quote unquote wounded. Okay. So it drives the morale down. Yeah. I mean, imagine if the U.S. president, whomever it is, they just came up and they're doing like a state addressing the state type of a video meeting, right? And they got their arm in a cast.
Oh, I see.
That would kind of be like, no. That's kind of the same thing as what's happened.
I got you.
So it's not his fault.
Yeah, I mean, there are people that live on that vibe.
Yes. And it's not his fault. Like, no. I'm not mad at him. He just has a bunch of stuff just stacked on top of him all the time. Right. And, so I thought I had a bad week. Because I'm just like, okay. Just need to make sure he doesn't lose his mind. Make sure he's okay. Because I've been friends with him since before I got this job. So he and I are tight. Right. If this was just some schlub that I had no recollection before I got that job, I wouldn't care. Right. But no, he's a good guy.
You'd still be helpful.
I'd helpful.
But you wouldn't be emotionally involved.
Yes.
I got you.
Correct.
Sure.
So we're pretty tight.
That's fair.
So I thought I had a bad week. Basically, I had a dress, I always exaggerated and say, like, I'm on suicide watch. No, I'm not on suicide watch. It's just, I just say that to just use some dark humor, because I like that.
Right.
I mean, y'all remember the Rammstein joke.
You like unsettling people around.
Yeah,
you.
just a little bit.
Just a little.
Not to make you uncomfortable to not be around me, just enough to go, oh, I can't believe you said that.
Right.
Just a little bit.
And if I step over the line, I apologize.
Of course. Oh, yeah. No, I try to be respectful and courteous.
You cast out and see how far you can get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Never be disrespectful.
No.
So I thought I had a bad week. This person had a worse week.
Sure.
And I respect that. But don't come to my fucking table after doing 7 shots of tequila and nothing else at the beginning of the party.
We're sisters.
No, we're not. You're blonde. I'm not blonde.
Man, that doesn't do anything for the stereotype, I'm going to tell you. That's a bad decision. I can't even think of any, I mean, I've been in the bag pretty deep a couple of times, but I can't, that is something that's something else. That's something else.
That's another level.
That's foolishness on a really a really measurable scale.
Yes.
I mean, who thinks like that? You know what? Next time I get the opportunity, I am going to tequila myself into unconsciousness.
Yeah.
It might have been one of those. It might have been one of those promises you made. I'm gonna have 7 shots of tequila. You couldn't handle 7 shots of
watch me
tequila, Lisa. You shut up and watch me.
Yeah.
That sounds like a possible scenario to create that sort of.
I don't know.
I can't imagine anything. I can't imagine anything else. I mean, it's not like you read it in Bazaar, the magazine, or anything like that.
Bleh. No, I don't know. I have no words, honestly.
It's like, yeah, exactly.
And that was my weekend.
That's your weekend.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Thank God I took a nap beforehand.
Yeah.
I got back to the house at like 3 a.m. because I wanted to make sure that tequila was out of my system.
Sure.
I drank so much water. I ate like 6 slices of pizza and cheesy bread just to get something, just to get the gears turning.
Right.
Went to the toilet like 5 times.
Sure.
Just to get it out.
Right.
I guess that's the upside of just completely detoxifying your body. Because the diet I'm on now, you know about the diet, which very limited protein, carb. Mm-hmm. And carb is like oatmeal, sweet potatoes, rice. Protein is like chicken, tuna, egg whites.
Really, we used to call it just really clean. Really
clean diet based on that. So I'm technically eating roughly 6 items. Every now and again I'll like dip out and get something a little sugary, a little carby.
Yeah.
Little treat, some boba, little bit of boba, and just help me get through the week.
Yeah.
Little bonus.
Yeah.
So, what ends up happening is
And she was still like on a piece of furniture when you left.
Oh no, they'd left before then.
They like carry her out the door.
I didn't see that part, so maybe. So, here's the thing. I'm trying to remember my point. Oh yeah. So here's the thing. I get messed up very easily because of this really, really clean diet.
Right.
Because I don't have any fortifications to alcohol and apparently Advil. But whatever.
Yeah.
But I think, now I'm not sure how sound this is, so I had the idea of, if I have this really clean diet, I get messed up easily. Would that mean that because my liver is now operating like a well-oiled machine, would it process the alcohol faster too?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I had, lightweight having 2 shots of tequila, that's enough for a lightweight.
It doesn't change your course of action.
Sure. I was still conscious.
If next time I'll only drink 2 glasses of water and 3 slices.
Yeah, exactly.
Go as your body tells you.
Yes. Yeah. So, So yeah, I was just like, dude, I'm not like, no, I need to go home.
Yeah.
Someone will be worried if I don't come home.
That far away, yeah.
Yeah, that far away, yeah. Excuse me. So that was my weekend. And I'm tired.
Ooh, not bad.
Yeah, that was my weekend, and I got game night to go to. Yeah.
So, the thing you started with...
Yeah.
About what's going on over in...
I really don't know I don't know what to comment about what's happening between Israel and Gaza.
The Gaza Strip.
Yeah, the Gaza Strip, excuse me. Pardon my pronunciation.
Man.
My only comment about that is, look, these guys have been fighting for thousands of years.
Yeah.
Literal thousands of years. They just got better weapons as time progressed.
Yeah, and to be perfectly honest, the press coverage really hasn't gotten any better.
Not really.
I thought when I was your age, I thought that one day you would not be able to hide your actions or intentions.
Sure. I mean, it is the age of the internet. It is becoming increasingly harder to do so.
Yes.
But
what I have realized is...
They just adapted.
When you see something that... It's the spin.
Yes.
In other words, you can see something that shows you one thing, and the right people with the right motives can spin it to mean the exact opposite.
Correct.
So when I was your age and I thought the growing internet information age
would lead
to everyone seeing everything actually the way it is, now I realize
they just spin it.
Nothing has changed.
Yeah. To be fair,
even though it goes from a 24-hour from a week cycle to a 24-hour cycle to literally a minute.
To be fair, I will say this. To be fair, now the news may not cover it, but you can occasionally find social media covering it, where people will upload videos of what's happening in the Middle or anywhere. Actually, it doesn't have to be the Middle East. They'll upload it to like Facebook, TikTok, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's no spin on that. It's literally just a recording of a building exploding.
Yeah. Right.
And people running for cover and yelling. It's like, how the hell are you going to spin that? It's on the internet. It's out there. It's forever. Because that's how the internet rolls.
Right. Well, I mean, it all goes back to how, what the foundational narrative that gets embraced. Okay. There's going to be at least two.
Yes.
And one's going to be hot and one's going to be cold, or one's going to be pro and one's going to be con. And then, those two perspectives are going to be sold, and half the people are going to adopt one and the other half are going to adopt the other. And and what are you going to do?
Exactly.
So it's very interesting, because I really thought we'd all have a lot more in common.
No.
Now.
No.
Of
course
I went to school in the 70s. I remember how watching things change. After the late 60s, 68 civil rights movement, I started going to school in the early 70s. And there was a measurable, I won't say hostility, but there was a measurable stress to the differences of people that it was palpable, you were aware of. And over time, I thought things would be better, and now today,
not really.
Not really.
Yeah, shame.
It is a shame.
Whatever. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a utopia at some point.
Well,
like an actual one.
We can talk about it.
Yeah. All right. I gotta go to game night. So, that's it, folks. Hate to leave you on a cliffhanger like that. But...
Dun dun dun.
All right.
We'll cover this in the future.
Yeah.
It's too big. It's too big of a social concept.
Fair enough.
To leave alone.
Well, until next time, I suppose. I was your host, Bel-E.
And I was your co-host, Mr. Scratch.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Bye.
Bye.